Dear students, welcome to my channel, Dr. V.R. Pudili, Professor of Management and Economics. I am doing a series of videos on primary data collection methods. In this video, I am dealing with personal interview method, types of personal interviews, merits of personal interview method, and demerits of personal interview method. Primary data collection methods. 2. Personal interview method. Personal interview method requires a person known as the interviewer asking questions generally in a face-to-face contact to the other person or persons. This sort of interview may be in the form of direct personal investigation, or it may be indirect oral investigation. In the case of direct personal investigation, the interviewer has to collect the information personally from the sources concerned. He has to be on the spot and has to meet people from whom data have to be collected. This method is particularly suitable for intensive investigations. Indirect oral examination can be conducted under which the interviewer has to cross-examine other persons who are supposed to have knowledge about the problem under investigation, and the information obtained is recorded. Dear students, in this slide, I had explained about types of personal interview. There are 5 types of personal interview. They are 1. Structured interview, 2. Unstructured interview, 3. Focused interview, 4. Clinical interview, and 5. Non-directive interview. Let us deal with different types of interviews in detail. 1. Structured interview. Structured interviews involve the use of a set of predetermined questions and of highly standardized techniques of recording. The interviewer in a structured interview follows a rigid procedure laid down, asking questions in a form and order prescribed. 2. Unstructured interview. Unstructured interviews are characterized by a flexibility of approach to questioning. Unstructured interviews do not follow a system of predetermined questions and standardized techniques of recording information. In a non-structured interview, the interviewer is allowed with much greater freedom to ask. In case of need, supplementary questions, or at times he may omit certain questions if the situation so requires. Interviewer may even change the sequence of questions. Interviewer has relatively greater freedom while recording the responses to include some aspects and exclude others. 3. Focused interview. Focused interview is meant to focus attention on the given experience of the respondent and its effects. The main task of the interviewer in case of a focused interview is to confine the respondent to a discussion of issues with which he seeks convergence. 4. Clinical interview. Clinical interview is concerned with broad underlying feelings or motivations or with course of individual's life experience. The method of eliciting information under it is generally left to the interviewer's discretion. 4. Non-directive interview. In non-directive interview, the interviewer's function is simply to encourage the respondent to talk about the given topic with a bare minimum of direct questioning. The interviewer often acts as a catalyst to a comprehensive expression of the respondent's feelings and beliefs. Dear students, let us now deal with merits of interview method. 1. More information, and that too in greater depth, can be obtained. 2. Interviewer by his own skill can overcome the resistance, if any, of the respondents. 3. There is greater flexibility under this method as the opportunity to restructure questions is always there, especially in case of unstructured interviews. 4. Observation method can as well be applied to recording verbal answers to various questions. 5. Personal information can as well be obtained easily under this method. 6. The interviewer can usually control which persons will answer the questions. 7. The interviewer may catch the informant off guard and thus may secure the most spontaneous reactions than would be the case if mailed questionnaire is used. 8. The language of the interview can be adapted to the ability or educational level of the person interviewed, and as such, misinterpretations concerning questions can be avoided. 9. The interviewer can collect supplementary information about the respondent's personal characteristics and environment, which is often of great value in interpreting results. Dear students, let us now deal with demerits of interview method. 1. It is a very expensive method, especially when large and widely spread geographical sample is taken. 2. There remains the possibility of the bias of the interviewer as well as that of the respondent. 3. Certain types of respondents, such as important officials or executives or people in high income groups, may not be easily approachable under this method. 4. This method is relatively more time consuming, especially when the sample is large. 5. The presence of the interviewer on the spot may overstimulate the respondent and sometimes even to the extent that he may give imaginary information just to make the interview interesting. 6. Under the interview method, the organization required for selecting, training and supervising the field staff is more complex with formidable problems. 7. Interviewing at times may also introduce systematic errors. 8. Effective interview presupposes proper rapport with respondents that would facilitate free and frank responses. This is often a very difficult requirement. Dear students, in this video, I had dealt with personal interview method, different types of personal interview, merits of personal interview method, and demerits of personal interview method. Thank you.